back into India. And I was here about 5 years ago, never in Mumbai. I was in Pune, in Delhi, and Chennai for work, but this, it's really strange how the universe goes, because this is true. 2 days before I got the call from the organizers of this event, 2 days before, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful to go back to India and just do something? It could be a talk, it could be a client thing. It would be wonderful to get back to India. And wouldn't you know, 2 days later, I was really flipped out. I was really flipped out because I got a note saying, could you come and speak? So I think it's fate that's brought me here. But I did manage to also get to make a meeting here as well with our IT guys are over in Mumbai. So it's already been a very productive trip. So I'm here today to talk about global leadership. And I'm warning you in advance, I'm going to take a coach approach. So yes, I will provide you with some stories. The real approach that I'm going to use in my talk is to not load you up with lots of content and PowerPoint slides. I would like to have a discussion with you. I purposely have left it with space so that we can have some discussions of what matters to you. I've left some space at the end that I would invite questions. And I would also really like to share some stories. I do follow coaching. You might have heard the passion. I've been an executive coach for 12 years now, particularly working with boards and top teams. I have a passion for working with multicultural top teams and have a successful practice that works internationally. Currently our business is actually 30% of our revenues are outside of the UK. You sense my accent. I've been living in London for 15 years, 16 years now, and I'm originally from Boston. And I tell the story to my clients that they ask you, Catherine, what is your biggest success factor? Because that's always something I ask them, which I will talk more about in a moment, about success factors. And it's not always the obvious ones. Yes, it might be your achievements. Yeah, everyone has their achievements. When we're young, we go for those achievements, don't we? My biggest success factor, one of them, was actually when I got my EU passport to actually stay in the UK. I was brought over. My previous life in my corporate days was in strategy and marketing within consultancy and IT. And my biggest success factors, I was always one of these Americans who actually spent all my waking travel hours and all my revenue, anything I made in spare jobs, so I'd go traveling in the world. So that's a little bit about me. So I'm someone who loves everything about discovering new places and cultures. So when people say what my biggest success factors are, says when I actually got my EU passport, that's like freedom for me. That's ability to work anywhere in Europe and be able to travel. London's a great base. So that gives you a little insight into what I'm about. And actually the choice in terms of what I've chosen now as a profession allows me now to travel in many parts of the world supporting global leaders in an area I'm passionate about. So I wanted to share that with you. And I really have to say that so much of my positivity, I would say, that's one of my strengths. I encourage my clients to work to their strengths. One of my strengths is certainly my optimism. And I really look for success. I look for success in people because I view people as a coach. This is a coaching principle. Everyone has that golden Buddha. We're already successful whenever we are. And the role as a coach that I work with is, how can we even make more of you come out? So I'm really saying more of that because as much as my previous days was a consultant, which was looking for the gaps, yeah, looking for the cracks, finding the problems. I'm not saying finding problems is a bad thing, but what I am saying is the basis of which I work to as a coach. And I think my colleagues in the profession, the professional body I run is over 4,000 members now, members in 35 countries. The ethos of a great coach is to really look at the potential. Yeah, I think we probably know that. But I want to invite you as a starting, after lunch, to get the brain going a bit. I'm going to ask you for a moment to reflect on a time somewhere in your career, it could be maybe in your childhood, when you have had a really fantastic coach, or if not a coach, someone who you think was a great leader or mentor for you. And the theme of this talk today is around global leadership. So the way I'm describing leadership quite simply is a great leader is someone who inspires, is inspiring, and engages action in another. Yeah? So if you're a leader, you're inspiring change, you're inspiring action, them to make their own choices so that they can get on and do it.